Welcome back to another episode of Car Vlogs with Will Garcia. I'm out for the day. I want to talk about money. And I feel like that's always going to be an iffy topic. Not many people have money. Some people have too much money. Some people need way more money than they need. Some people have too much money than they have. At the same time, it should be free. Like, if you work hard for your money, you should be able to cut your piece of your money. But then it always comes back to, like, if you're in the boot to that person, it kind of sucks. Because you're having all this money that you either earned or got, however you would say you got it. And then you're going to turn on the back of that and be like, well, you also got to cut more because you have more money. It's always a big issue. Some people don't know how to manage money. Some people can't manage money. There's a thing called bank deserts. That's where, like, there's not a single bank in a 10-mile radius of the house or household that you're in. And that's a whole other fucked up issue where it's now impossible to manage your money well because you can't manage your money. I'm talking about this topic mainly because I wanted to talk how a lot has been going on with, like, money, I guess, in my family or in my issue, where I'm having this job that is bringing a lot of reliable income, which is great, and I'm grateful for it. I'm not trying to mistake that, but I have a hard time figuring out where to put it sometimes. I do investments, I do savings. I did a cash box thing where it's just a box in my house that had all my money in it. Right now, I'm investing and I'm saving, and I also have a checking. I'm pretty sure if you know the terms, you know the terms, but I'm having a hard time understanding how some people have such an issue of how you manage your money. And this goes weird because it goes deep into, like, family shit now. I had a problem with, like, my own family. I used to have this problem where I believed, like, my own family didn't trust me because of the way I managed money. And they always felt like whatever I do with it, I'll just lose it. And this stems back from not a trauma, but an old joke that used to be like, oh, Will's always bad with money. Will always destroys everything he touches. And that used to actually severely hurt me really hard, where it was, like, unbearably, like, irritating. And I used to just not trust anyone in my family. And there's times where it feels like that, and then there's times where I feel like I love them to death. There's times where I feel like I love them too much. And there's just sometimes a lot going on, and I can't do anything about it. Oh, I should paint my nails soon. I don't know, I just got the idea. But yeah, that's definitely something I always wanted to talk about. The money aspect that I have is that I really like investings, and obviously it's a niche thing. Like, you have to really be into investings to get, like, good investments. You gotta be in the know to know, you know? As they always say. But yeah, investing is pretty cool, savings cool. Whatever happens, it's your money. Just treat it the way you want it. At the end of the day, who gives a fuck, like, what happens to your money? If shit happens, shit happens. And it sucks when shit happens, but at the end of the day, that's how it is sometimes. Oh my god. I'm gonna segue off that. Now, money is, like, the root of everything, but I feel like products, endorsements, and value is, like, some of the biggest things for money. Obviously, we have money to buy things, have things, own things. I would say a lot of these things we have money for are, like, necessity. We buy money for houses, we have money for housing, water, food, shelter. Those are, like, the main necessities, and they're always going to be. But then there's other aspects that in our society we just deemed as like, yeah, this is necessary, which is shockingly enough is the small phone that you're probably watching this on right now. If you don't have one of these, you're completely like deemed out of society's norm. And what's like another example? Transportation's a big one. Like, if you don't dump money into bus transportation, train transportation, or if you don't have a car, your whole like lifestyle is a complete switch. I remember doing this because in college I had to go like downtown Chicago like 7 days out of the week. Not 7 days, 5 days out of the week. And in doing this, I had to take the train. Luckily enough, we had this pass that our school provided where if you paid a certain amount, that whole year, basically, you had a bus pass. Or a train pass, more like, because I took the train. With that, the traveling issue wasn't that bad. But without the switch of, like, having to ride car or having to ride train, it's a big difference. Especially those times in the morning where it's fucking harsh as hell. It's a really big difference, and that could change a lot. It's all about like aspects, I guess. The way people see something is way different than the way I could see something. And yeah. Now value, this is my issue with like investing over savings and savings over like a cash box you hold. Investing is very like, I would say very weird, because it's investing, you gotta know what you know to know, and obviously that gains value, but it also decreases value. It's a like give or take if you do it wrong. If you do day trading, if you do large stocks, small stocks, medium stocks, if you do bonds, all this other stuff goes into aspects. But if you do savings like as a bank, that's also somewhat valuable, because you could get value in the account and how much money you get, and then with interest you get more money for having that account, and all this like other stuff and aspects that go into it. But at the same time, there's also like the bank uses that money, and I know it's supposed to be safer, but it's also the value of those dollars go down, and you can't battle inflations with that small interest of like 3 cents every month. So yeah, there's multiple aspects into shit like this, and I don't hate it, but I do feel it's very fucking complicated, and for certain households, they can't even have that amount of income to get to that spot. But at the end of the day, sometimes it just is what it is, and there's not much you can really do about it. So yeah, money is the root of all evil, but it's also the root to all living beings. We kind of need it to survive, and we're probably gonna die for it. So yeah, thank you for coming to this little video. Thank you so much. Leave a like. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.